All right, hello, Kevinia. My name is Brittany McDonald. I am with the EcoShores Sustainable Futures Network, and we're so excited to speak to you about your new book, Kevi and the Big Blue Sea. Yes, so let's dive right in.
Dive right in.
Exactly.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay.
For persons who may not know who you are or some of your accomplishments, share a bit about that.
So I am, as you said, Kevinia Francis, most recently known for captaining an all-black female team that crossed 2 oceans successfully. In 2018, we did 3,000 miles from La Gomera in the Canary Islands to Antigua. It took us 47 days. And then in 2023, we went from Monterey Bay, California to Kauai, Hawaii, which took us 41 days. Before that, and I still am a fitness trainer. That is my love, my passion. Movement is life. And I love children. I love stories. I have a lot of personal stories growing up with movement, being outdoors. And so I was inspired to share some of my stories about overcoming fears. And that's how I decided to create Kevi and the Big Blue Sea.
Let's start with the cover page, because this literally is a picture of a younger version of yourself diving right into the ocean. We're seeing some lobster, we're seeing a turtle, seagrass. What inspired you to create this book, and particularly a children's?
So I loved reading growing up as a child. My mom would get me books. And I am also a lover of the beach, the ocean, the sea. And like I said, this was inspired by personal true events. And although we used to go to the beach regularly, I used to have this overwhelming fear of the sea creatures. So I'm one of those children that you'll see will stay on the shore and just play with the shells, play in the sand, but I wouldn't really delve into the ocean because of obviously some unrealistic fears. And so I kind of created that story as to how I started with this great fear, and then how I was able to overcome the fear and now cross the oceans.
Yes, wonderful. And so one of the first references you make in the book are in connection to your family, your big brother Don and your big sister Carrie. How did they inspire you to learn about the ocean and to learn how to swim and connect with it?
So my older brothers, I have 5 older brothers, and so they had a better relationship with the water, being boys and adventurers. So the fact that they could swim and enjoy both sand and sea, they kind of eventually say, hey, you need to also learn to enjoy both. And they looked like they were having fun in the water, you know. So as much as I was fearful, I also wanted to have that experience with my brothers and sisters. Because it was a children's book, I narrowed it down to 2. Kerry is actually my younger sister, but I do have 2 older sisters, but Kerry is just an easier name.
Okay.
But so that's what I'm saying. It was inspired by true events. Changed the names a little bit just for the formalities. But yeah, so them having fun in the water, that was the start of the inspiration, the curiosity of maybe I can do both.
Wonderful. And just to share, so EcoShores Sustainable Futures Network, we've recently launched a swim program to empower the community to learn how to swim. One of the things that we recognized was that persons were only staying close to the shore, and we were trying to find persons to help with our data collection activities and to learn about the marine ecosystems that surround the entire island. We received such an overwhelming response. We had over 40 persons register
Nice.
for
That
the
is
September
awesome.
program, and we actually to turn people away so that we could accommodate
Everybody,
small
yeah.
class size. Because when you're learning to swim, you need that specialized
Yes.
attention, right?
Yes.
So there's going to be opportunity for a January class.
Awesome.
So January
That is great.
2026, we'll have the remainder of persons
That sign,
join
nice.
on, because then the instructors can manage the size of that group, right? So what are your thoughts on, and what would you say to encourage more young people? And our particular program goes up to 35, so young adults as well, to get out there into the water and learn how to swim.
Definitely. So a fun fact, I was part of the statistic of the older adults that couldn't swim. So prior to me taking on my first big adventure of crossing the Atlantic, I couldn't swim. So I had to learn to swim as an adult. Um, like I said, as an adult, you have all these greater fears that you create that are not real. So I think the learning curve is a little higher than young kids, but doing it has been one of the greatest things. Like I said, my relationship with the water has changed. I can now enjoy not just being on the beach, but in the ocean. With the fish coming around, I'm not running out like I used to. So it actually helps to build a better relationship with the ocean. And once you understand the ocean and overcome your fears, you have more respect for it. And you can work together with the ocean to, as it protects you, to help protect it. So I think it's really important, especially for all the adults, because the youth look up to us for guidance, for inspiration. So if they see us doing it, they will want to do it and they will do it better. So I encourage anybody, everybody that has not been venturing into respecting and celebrating and enjoying the beach in its entirety, start with the Learn to Swim program. I did it and I was above the age of 35 and I'm now a toddler swim assistant instructor. So yes, if I can do it, you could do it. And you never know what new doors will be open for you with that opportunity.
Wonderful. So I want to dive back into your book. And one of the things that really struck my attention were the graphics, the illustrations. I mean, literally blue.
Yes.
And colorful and vivid. And so it makes it more engaging, especially
Yes.
for children.
Yes.
They're always looking for the attention, and their span is very small in comparison to us as adults. And so seeing these pictures, it's really captivating, but also seeing the representation as
Yes.
well has Black children
Definitely.
and Black family in it. So would you mind sharing a bit about, what drove you to ensure that it was this bright, vibrant book so that others would be able to enjoy it as well?
So yes, again, as you said, the attention of younger or new readers is usually very short. So it was important for me to have graphics that were captivating, would keep the attention. And for the older readers, there's some new words, learning, vocabulary, literacy, to encourage learning new words and not get bored. So the illustrations were really important to be vibrant, bright, as you said. And like I said, it is for all ages. I was reading to my daughter from in the womb. So parents, please feel free. And all the way up to 12, it's a fun book. You'll enjoy it.
We had connected with you was through World Creativity and
Yeah.
Innovation Day in April
Yes.
of this year, and you had made this submission to us. And so one of the things we do is celebrate creatives. And so what would you share with, a young person or an older person who they have the book, they have the manuscript, but they're like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not ready to put my art out there. I'm not ready to put my creativity out there. What inspired you to take that leap and say, yes, I'm going to be published. The world needs to see this, and Antigua and Barbuda needs to see this?
The greatest thing is action, right? One of the problems even I had in the beginning is trying to strive for perfection. So I think that's most people. We're looking for the perfect moment, the perfect graphic, the perfect graphic artist, the perfect editor. Stop waiting for perfection and take action. And what I've learned is in taking action, the teachers show up. You know, they say there's a saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And so once you take action, the right opportunities fall in front of you for you to explore. So I was doing some research, trying to find, you know, like I said, the perfect graphic artist, the timelines. And in doing the research, I realized right now with the technological age that we're in, there were avenues that I could explore with a little research. So I invested some time in researching the illustrative technology, and I was able to go in hard and just dedicate time, effort. Don't worry about perfection, just get it done and put it out. And you just never know what doors will open again. So don't let inaction stop you from moving forward and perfection. Just do it.
Someone might be wondering is how did you find the time? You know, we as women, especially Black women, we're considering our families, we're caring for our elders, we're working as well, we're fixing meals, we're taking persons to maybe the hospital. So how did you find time in your schedule to get started? Because someone might have the idea but not know how to find that time.
So again, I have a village, and it takes a village. And I've been talking about, you know, I want to do this children's book. I have this story. I actually wrote the story, but you know, it was just there, like I said, perfection. And one of my villagers, a cousin of mine, Krista, she's like, put a timeline down. Write down your timelines that this is when I'm going to give it a realistic timeline, and then just have a secondary timeline in case. And so that happened in around Christmas time, December. So I'm like, okay, March 4th, because that's my mom's birthday. So I wrote it down. And I think once you set a timeline, which I didn't do before that, once you set a timeline, your brain, your neurons, everything starts working to make the time. So once you set the timeline, although you're tired and you know in the back, okay, I have this book I need to do 10 pages. So setting the timeline would be the first thing. And then because it's something you enjoy, because it's something that I was passionate about, I didn't mind spending an extra hour before going to bed, because it's something that I enjoy and it's important. But I think the first thing I would say is set a timeline and then just start. And you'll be surprised that you'll figure out the time, even with doing my training. You know, I have a daughter, working for my family's company, working for myself, writing this book. I am with the Island Girls, still doing our charity, but I was still able to find the time to complete it because I set a deadline. So set a deadline.
So we also know that you're having a book launch. And so that's
Yes.
very exciting. And it's on Sunday, September 21st
Yes.
from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. And it's at Billie Jean. So tell us a bit more about what this experience would be like and encouraging persons to come out, of course, to support you.
So yeah, so the book launch, of course, we will have books on sale, both physical copies, and we'll have the link for ebooks for those of you that prefer the digital technological. Everybody that comes will get a nice welcome drink and treat. I will be doing some reading. We also have some little fun giveaways for the kids, and games and playing games. So once we go through the reading, any question and answers, then we'll be playing, having fun with different games. So, you know, it's a nice event for the entire family. So, you know, we don't have a lot of that going on. It's either kids only or adults only. This is going to be a family event. So we encourage everybody to come out, meet the author, get your book signed, ask any other questions that you may have, and yeah, I'll be happy to answer.
Wonderful. So I wanted to also ask, because within the Caribbean, especially with us as small island developing states, there's some barriers. And so you may have a book, but it's not accessible online. So for persons who want to support you in the diaspora that live overseas, maybe in the US or the UK, how do they get their copy of a book if they can't come to the book launch?
Yeah, so we are on Amazon. So you can search for by author Kevinia Francis on Amazon. And like I said, the paperback is available and the ebook is also now available on Amazon. We do also have the paperback available on Ingram Spark for those of you who are not necessarily with Amazon. So again, search Kevinia Francis and you can get your copy or copies there.
And so tell us what's next. What can we expect from you or the Island Girls? We're waiting for the next big thing that you have to.
So from me as an author, you can expect many more Kevi adventures, not just ocean, but land-based. So yes, next book should be coming early next year. With the Island Girls, we are still fundraising for our charity and we are supporting causes this year for second chances for girls in conflict with the law. Currently in Antigua, there is no facility to house them, so they're either put in group homes or in the jail cells. So it is something that's really important to us to get a facility built. So we have partnered with Ministry of Social Transformation, and we are going to be building a facility. And so we have a fundraiser October 31st, the week of independence, where we will be retelling our story of the Pacific, which was a really brutal and intense journey, with a little bit of theatrical flair. We're also going to have some friends join us with spoken word, dance, and song. So look out for that. It'll be on October 31st. More information will be coming soon in terms of location and time, but we're really excited to share our story with everybody. A lot of the stories that have not been told yet will be heard on that night.
And you are repping your brand.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And so share with us about fitness and health and well-being, because going through that process with the Island Girls team, that would have taken you, sacrifice and making sure that you're eating well, sleeping well, all of these things. Share a bit about that experience.
Yes, so like I said, for me, movement is life, and to be able to successfully complete 2 rows uninjured and healthy, you do have to be able to have endurance, strength, as you said, nutrition. You have to fuel and you need sleep. So because we had a 2 hour on, 2 hour off shift pattern, as you can imagine, that's just not enough sleep. So sometimes we had to choose between eat or sleep. In the event you chose sleep too often, you could feel your loss of strength, loss of power. So you had to fuel. And so in those moments, we realized how important all of it is to create balance and to create movement forward. So it's something that we take also in our personal lives to ensure that you get adequate rest, because you cannot function physically nor mentally without it. You need fuel, good fuel, because you want to be quality, giving quality and getting quality out of your body. And movement is life. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that is a very true statement. Part of my training, I've had to train, whether it's the older adults. In school, I volunteered at nursing homes, and just movement, you can see the difference with the people that move and don't move. And the movement can be dance, it can be walking, hiking. Yes, it does not have to be rigorous military style training. Some of us love that, but if you prefer Tai Chi, once you're moving, and that's what's important. I think people get caught up with exercise and the rigidity versus just moving. So I would encourage everybody, move, eat right, sleep right, and breathe. Breathe. People, a lot of times we forget to breathe with the stress and the anxiety of life. We forget to breathe. Even just inhaling, exercising the lungs, deep breaths, you'll see how much better you feel, how much stress you release just through breathing. So yeah, definitely creative fitness. We're in the process of creating a youth outdoor fitness space. Should be ready again in 2026. So we're just encouraging movement for everybody. We want to start them from young, set the foundation, whether it's for swimming, moving, and then we create better adults in general. And that is the goal of creative fitness, of Island Girls, giving second chances. And we look forward to the support from everybody in doing these things.
Wonderful. So, if we want to connect with you for creative fitness or to find out more about collecting one of our books that we're going to pick up,
Yes.
whether that's on Amazon or at the book launch or in any of the locations where it's available, how do we get in contact with you or follow you on social
Yes,
media?
so on Facebook and Instagram, you could follow me, Creative Fitness. I'm also on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram as Kevinia Francis. So we're in the process of building our website. It's coming soon. But for now, you can contact us on either of those social media portals.
Wonderful. And quick question, do you have an audiobook?
I am working on the audiobook.
Because your voice is just so soothing. I'm here like, okay, this is...
I am working on an audiobook, so that too will be coming soon.
Okay,
Yes.
so we have a lot to look out for
Yes.
from you, Miss Francis. Thank you so much for connecting with us here at EcoShores Sustainable Futures Network with Kevi and the Big Blue Sea and learning so much about what it took to create this book and to bring it to life. We really appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the invitation. Thank you.